We did it again.
Oh, no. What did we do?
You know Dusty.
Yep.
So, remember how he came over the other day and just dropped in and we played a game of Moon Rollers?
Yeah, that was fun. I remember it.
Yeah, so now he wants to come over and he wants to play another game.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, another gamer's born. Hi everyone, I'm Tom.
And I'm Janelle, and this is for Gaming for Glory, where we talk about tabletop games and look to see if there's any connection between the hobby and the Christian walk.
Games are great. We all know that, or we are at least open to that because you're sitting there watching a YouTube video about tabletop gaming.
As gamers, we always are asking the question, how do I get people together to play games?
The truth is, if you only know a few people who play games and they're not hardcore gamers, well, you may run into a problem about being able to get together for games as frequently as you want, or even just talking about games.
We think that finding the right game can help. I think there's a sweet spot here where you would have games that simply and elegantly introduce gaming basics to new players while still providing enough fun for those who have hours and hours of gaming experience. So today we're going to talk about some games that introduce different mechanisms in a welcoming, basic way. And coincidentally, all the games that we're going to talk about are by the same designer, Phil Walker-Harding. Phil Walker-Harding is probably best known for his game Sushi Go. He makes straightforward, accessible, intuitive games. For this reason, we think that when he presents a game mechanism, it's usually done in a way that's fun, quick to learn, and easy to get to the table with new players, but also bringing fun for experienced players. So if you have players in your group that maybe their experience doesn't extend much beyond, Monopoly, Scrabble, Uno, a Phil Walker-Harding game is a great segue into more deep mechanics. First up, we're going to look at the tile-laying polyomino game, Barenpark.
Barenparks are the new hotness. And to be successful, you're going to need to fit together enclosures, animal houses, and green areas. Each square foot of your land needs to be maximized, and each time you finish off a section of your park, you will be rewarded with a bear statue to commemorate its completion. You'll only be able to expand your park 4 times, so don't waste the space. The game ends when the first person completely fills all 4 park areas. After this, the player with the most point wins. The rules are simple. Place a tile in your park, then do whatever the icons you just covered said. Finally, check to see if you get to place a bear statue in your park. Then, it's the next player's turn, and they do exactly the same thing.
Easy rules, easy to understand and follow icons, and fun creating your very own bear park. Up next, the engine building game, Gizmos.
In Gizmos, it's time for the Great Science Fair, and you're competing to build the most powerful and efficient machine of gadgets by collecting different kinds of energy orbs and using them to construct gizmos. Your whole goal is to gain the most blue ribbons because whoever has the most at the end of the game wins. This game is a very straightforward engine builder. Each turn, players will take one of 4 actions, file a gizmo card away for later, pick an energy orb, build a gizmo, and research gizmos. As gizmos are built, these 4 actions will become more powerful as they combine with other gizmos to create a chain reaction of effects that benefit the player.
Once again, the basic premise is simple. Choose an action, take an action. The icons also are very straightforward. And although some of the gizmo cards do look like they have a lot going on, all of the icons that are there are actually easy to understand because they correlate to basic concepts in the game.
But the real key is that combo-wombo-y nature of the game, which is what really makes it sing. And to be able to take an engine builder and build it to a level where a new gamer could play and have fun while doing it, it's a great accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's look at the deck builder, Summer Camp. In Summer Camp, campers return to camp to relive summer memories and compete in various camp activities. From canoeing and kayaking to cooking, hiking, tie-dyeing, swimming, and more, campers compete to earn badges and race to see who will have the most points at the end of the game. As the game progresses, players add new cards to their deck and make it stronger, gaining more powerful abilities. Players then use the cards in their deck to perform actions to buy new cards from the display. The ultimate goal? To build the best deck, create cool card combos, outplay your opponents, gain camp badges, and ultimately win the title of Summer's Ultimate Camper. This light and cheery themed game doesn't use a lot of heavy text on the cards, yet still makes it clear what each card does. The market isn't filled with a bunch of cards, only 6, 3 that are badge related and 3 that are standard. So it does a great job paring down deck building to its essence, yet still being very fun.
Sure.
Way to go, Phil. Finally, let's look at the hand management game Planted.
In the cozy game of Planted, you are cultivating a beautiful houseplant collection by strategically collecting resources. The core gameplay lasts 4 rounds, with turns played simultaneously where players choose a card and then pass the remaining cards to their neighbor. These cards are either a resource card, which can gain light, water, or plant food tokens, or an item card, which provides tools for special abilities or decorations for bonus endgame points. At the end of each round, players use the resources they collected to feed their plants, earning growth tokens that they place on these plants. As these plants grow, they earn points. Some plants only have so much growth they can give, while others will grow large and give quite a few points if fully grown by the game's end. The player with the most points at the end of the game is the winner.
This game is all about how well you manage those cards in your hand. As you carefully choose which cards are going to be added to your hand, they will provide you with the opportunity to get resources, maybe even get a new plant, gain abilities, and some end game bonuses.
Yeah.
If you emphasize just one of these more than the others, however, it might not be a winning strategy. This is a game where you want to balance all of those activities. It's a great way of introducing this mechanism as well as simultaneous play and card drafting to new players.
Today, we looked at some games that present game basics in a simple, engaging way. This made us think about the basics of the Christian faith. We believe that the Bible holds the truth, but where do you start? If you're a Christian, you might wonder how you can present the basics of the gospel.
If you're not a Christian but are interested in knowing more, you might wonder, where in the Bible do you find answers to key questions? Well, if you want to know more, stick with us because we're going to actually take a look at what the Bible says right now.
There's several important tools that can help break down and outline what the Bible says about important issues. The Romans Road is one. It lists key verses from the book of Romans in the Bible, outlining foundational truths about sin, God's love, and Jesus' death on our behalf, what sin earns and what grace provides, and the hope for freedom from sin through Jesus, and what it looks like to put your faith in Jesus' death and resurrection and trust him as Lord.
Another method tackles the all-important question of eternity, using verses from various books of the Bible. It actually stems from a gospel pamphlet called Life's Most Important Question, published by BMH Books. Our church presents the key components of this pamphlet on our website, and we'll actually put a link to that page in the video's description.
Yep.
The most important question, however, is this. If you were to die today and meet God, and he asked you, why should I let you into heaven? What would you say?
How can we know the answer to that question? The Bible provides answers for us. Go to easygrace.org and click Want to Know Jesus, or go to the link in our video's description and read the verses in your own Bible. Look at them. If you have a Bible, great. If not, go to blueletterbible.com or go to biblegateway.com.
You'll see important facts about heaven, our complete inability to earn it on our own, what separates us from it, and God's grace in providing a solution in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's not about methods, opinions, or what someone tells you is in the Bible. It's about what God says in his word, the Bible.
We're told in the 10th chapter of the book of Romans, consequently, faith comes from hearing the message. The message is heard through the word about Christ. Also, in verses 9 and 10 of that same chapter, we're told, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Yeah. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved.
Have you read or listened to what the Bible says? If you want to share your faith with others, look for openings to show them what the Bible says.
We'd love to hear from you on either of these topics, whether it be introducing gaming basics or introducing the basics of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
What games have you found that helps introduce gaming basics to new gamers? And what have you found that helps you share the truth from the Bible with those around you? Tell us in the comments.
We're so glad you watched this video. If you enjoyed it and want to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button.
Until next time, keep gaming and keep seeking His glory.